The city that vanished, Mohenjo-daro's unsolved silence in 1922. A British archaeologist named R.D. Banerjee was exploring a hill in what is now Pakistan. He expected to find a Buddhist stupa. What he found instead would shatter everything historians thought they knew about the ancient world. Beneath the dust of the Sindh desert lay a city. A planned, engineered, sophisticated city, built before the pyramids of Egypt. And it had been sitting in silence for 3,700 years, with no explanation for why. This is Mohenjo-daro. In the local Sindhi language, the name means Mound of the Dead, was once home to between 40,000 and 80,000 people, making it one of the largest cities on Earth in its time. It existed between 2500 and 1900 BCE as part of the Indus Valley civilization, a Bronze Age society that stretched across 1.25 million square kilometers across what is now Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan. This was not a primitive settlement. This was a civilization. What archaeologists found when they excavated Mohenjo-daro challenged everything. The city was built on a precise grid, streets running perfectly north to south and east to west, like a modern planned city. Every brick in every building across hundreds of miles of civilization was the exact same size, 1:2:4 ratio, suggesting a central governing authority enforcing building standards. The city had a great bath, a massive public water tank lined with waterproof brick, potentially used for ritual cleansing. It had a covered sewage system that ran beneath the streets, a technology Europe would not rediscover for 3,500 years. It had multi-story buildings, ventilated rooms, and public granaries capable of storing grain for tens of thousands of people. And it had almost no weapons. But here's what nobody talks about. In all of Mohenjo-daro, in all of the Indus Valley civilization, archaeologists have found almost no evidence of war, no fortified military walls built for defense, no caches of weapons, no mass war graves, no imagery of conquest or battle. Civilizations of this size and power always leave behind evidence of warfare. The Egyptians built pyramids to glorify their pharaohs. The Romans built monuments to their military victories. The Mesopotamians recorded their battles in stone. The Indus Valley people left behind toys, jewelry, standardized weights, and silence. They left behind no king's name, no god's name we can read, no story of their own origin that we can decipher. They were here for 700 years, and they told us almost nothing about themselves. 3 major theories exist for what ended this civilization. The first is climate collapse. Around 1900 BCE, the monsoon patterns of South Asia shifted dramatically. The Ghaggar-Hakra river system, which many historians believe was the ancient Saraswati River described in the Rig Veda, dried up. Without water, the eastern agricultural zones collapsed. People moved. Cities were abandoned. A second theory involves epidemic disease. DNA analysis of skeletal remains from the final occupation layers of Indus Valley sites shows evidence of rapid population movement and possible exposure to new diseases carried by migrating peoples from Central Asia. The third theory, and the most debated, is migration by Indo-Aryan peoples from the Eurasian steppes, who brought new languages, new culture, and new genetic signatures into the subcontinent. What is most mysterious, however, is not the collapse itself. Civilizations collapse. What is mysterious is the silence that followed. The Indus script, their written language, has never been decoded. Over 4,000 inscribed objects have been found, and not a single word can be read today. Here is why this matters right now. In 2025, the Indus River, the same river that gave this civilization its name, flows through Pakistan today. Scientists from the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank have warned that Pakistan faces one of the most severe water crises on Earth. By 2040, the glaciers feeding the Indus are retreating. The monsoon patterns are shifting. The agricultural zones are under stress. This is not just ancient history. The geography that supported 40,000 people in Mohenjo-daro is the same geography that supports 240 million people in Pakistan today. The silence of the Indus Valley is not just a mystery. It is a warning. The people of Mohenjo-daro built one of the greatest cities in the ancient world. They lived here for centuries, and then they vanished into silence. Their language unread. Their leaders unnamed, their collapse unexplained. The silence between civilizations is not empty. It is full of questions we have not yet learned to ask. This channel exists to ask them. Subscribe, because next week we go somewhere older. And the silence is even deeper.